Here.
Hamilton? Here. Taylor? Not here yet. Robinson?
Here.
Baxter? Here. Insulaco? Here. Perfect timing. Height? Present. Have a quorum, sir.
If everybody please stand for the prayer, if you don't mind, Mr. Barber, and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let's bow our heads. Heavenly Father, we do come before you this evening, and once again we thank you, Lord, for the blessings that you pour out upon this city. Lord, we thank you for the wisdom and grace that you have given us, Lord, to run this city, and I thank you for each and every one of these members here tonight, Lord, and I just pray that you would continue to give them the strength to be leaders in our communities and helpers for those who are less fortunate, Lord, and to continue to just be with us in all that we do. We do thank you for all this in the name of Jesus, and all God's people said.
Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So moved.
Second.
Motion seconded.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
Okay, if anyone wants to put communication, if not, I'll ask for a motion to accept and file. If not,
So moved.
Move to accept, second.
just a second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
R23, go ahead, I'm sorry, sir.
Yes, sir. Moving, we finished business, R23-216. Mayor Hartwick.
Is Mr. Tate here again? If he's not, okay, since he's not here, I'm gonna go ahead and hold it, okay? Mr.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
there, I spoke to code enforcement about this, and they don't have, is there a way, proper way for me to ask for an update on Mr. Tate? He doesn't appear to be very forthcoming and wanting to get this agreement signed.
He's a no-show. So it goes, if I, where we had so far, can you tell me? If not,
Is it possible you could just pull it?
I can, but I'd like to give his due diligence if you don't mind. Meanwhile, if he hasn't shown up, I think this is our third reading, fourth reading, so it'll fall off anyway. See what I'm saying?
All right, no worries. Thank
Got
you.
That's what I figured.
It's good enough for me.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay, hold it. Okay, sir.
So we're gonna hold it, and it's gonna fall off anyway. That's why I knew that, so that's why I did it that way. And,
R23-247, Mayor Hartwick.
okay, we'll do. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, say that again, I apologize.
Not a problem, sir.
R23.
R23-247, Mayor Hartwick.
It's 800, so this is, go ahead, let's read this. It's been held before. What reading are we on this to, Mr. Whitby? Second? R23-247, please.
This will be the second reading.
So if we've already read it, I've already called a public hearing, correct? And the person is not here anymore? I don't see him in it. I know, they were already here, so I'll go ahead and hold it.
Okay, sir.
See where they go with that. If you're okay with cancel if I do that? Okay, held. Thank you.
O2377, Councilmember Hamilton.
Please call it.
An ordinance granting a special use to allow a type 2 short-term rental in an R1 zone for certain real property located at 4426 Arlington Drive in the city of North Little Rock, declaring an emergency, first reading.
I've got a person who wants to speak on that too. I just want to let you know.
Sure.
Okay, so where you want,
To adopt.
I've got to read it.
Oh, it's an ordinance, my bad. Move to suspend all readings. Second.
There's a motion to suspend, and there is a second.
Right. Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
While we're here, is this, am I reading this right? Is it Mr. White or Mrs. White? Yes, sir, you? You want to come forward, please, sir? Yeah, let's go ahead and
Move
get
to
that.
adopt.
Motion to adopt, and there's a
Second.
motion and a second. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Identify yourself, address, and everything, please, for
Okay,
me.
I'm Errol White. I live at 4503 Oaklawn Drive, North Little Rock, Arkansas, 72116.
Thank you, appreciate it. Yes, sir.
I am a neighbor just down the road across the street and down the road from this property in question. Since it has become a short-term rental, the property is kept up much better than it was as a long-term rental. I no longer see cars on concrete blocks in the front yard. The lawn's kept up. There's not disputes rolling out into the front yard, and I'm not calling the police on this residence anymore. It's quiet. It's kept up. I really appreciate them for doing this.
All right.
It adds value to my house and my neighborhood.
Thank you, sir, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Where are we now? We've got a motion and a second, we suspend the rules, so if that, anybody else, I haven't got anybody else wanting to speak on that, so let's call it.
All right. Ross?
I just want to say one thing. We've got numerous
sorry.
communication, and we've got several, others that are in favor of this too, though. So I just want to make sure that that's all documented. So
I think they're a record here, I gave them to Ms. Whitby, so it's a record.
we've got lots of them. Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Harris? Oh, correction, Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco? Yes. Height?
Yes.
He keeps up property like he hits a golf ball. Congratulations, Jim. Thank you all. All right, next, please.
02379, Mayor Hartwick.
Mr. Pettigrew, are you here, sir? What are we on this now? How many times it's been read?
This is the fourth time.
So,
This makes the fifth meeting, and we had good communication from him that he, no, actually, no, this is the fifth meeting, good communication from him that he wasn't held until further notice. So
well, with this, and it drops off, correct? I'll hold it off. We'll hold it then, okay? Thank you.
All right.
New business,
New business, sir. R23-251, Mayor Hartwick.
please.
A resolution authorizing the North Little Rock Police Department to donate a vehicle to the Stevens Police Department.
Move for adoption.
Second.
Motion adopted and seconded.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
R23-252, Mayor Hartwick.
Please.
A resolution adopting a budget for the 2024 fiscal year for the city of North Little Rock.
So moved.
Second.
Motion seconded.
Ross?
Ms. Ross,
Oh, I'm
please.
sorry.
Do we need to amend the sheet with the amendments on the
This is the,
special appropriation, on the budget?
I think that this wasn't filed last time. I think that what's been filed is different than what you all looked at the public meeting
Right,
last
but,
time.
but we were provided with a sheet with the
Oh.
changes, and so does that need to be amended in?
No, that sheet's not part of,
No? So-
Amber, that sheet's not part of this, is it? This is the budget as being presented. Yeah.
But these are the changes that will be made? I mean,
The changes are made in the document that you've got from what you were presented at the last meeting,
okay,
because
so
it
this
wasn't
is the,
filed.
this is.
So the
just
changes
minutes.
is part of the current
The
legislation.
current,
we're
Yes,
this
talking
piece
about.
of
thank you.
legislation. Okay, I just want to
Yes.
make sure that there wasn't
It
any other
is,
changes.
everything.
Just-
Okay.
Okay.
It is, yes.
I
ma'am.
can't
Yes.
speak to
Yes,
that.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
R23-253, Mayor Hartwick.
Please.
A resolution adopting a budget for the 2024 fiscal year for the North Little Rock Electric Department.
So moved.
Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
R23-254, Mayor Hartwick.
Please.
A resolution confirming the city's intent to issue bonds for the purposes of assisting in the financing of facilities that will be useful in securing or developing industry within the city of North Little Rock, Arkansas, to be leased to Farquhar Enterprises, LLC, DBA Pellet Products of Arkansas and Missouri, Sunny Slope Holdings, LLC, or an affiliate of either.
There you are. I was looking for you. Come on up, please. I'm sorry. I was looking all over the
Sorry if
place.
I
Couldn't find
mispronounced
you. Yes,
that.
ma'am. Thank you. Identify yourself as usual.
My name is Michelle Allgood, and I'm an attorney with Mitchell Williams. We're working with Mr. Farquhar This one is very similar to all of the economic development projects, the pilot agreements that you have offered to incentivize industry. The one difference is that here you have incentivized one of your current businesses to expand their business. So I just want you to be aware that you have used the process, the pilot process, in a couple of different ways, and this one involves an expansion of one of your existing employers.
Thank you. Ms. Ross?
And so this is Pella Products that.
Pella
Okay, I
Products.
just want to make sure.
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody else? And again, we are no liability, as usual.
No liability, the standard terms
I got
for
you.
your typical abatement, 65%, 30 years.
Okay. Anything else from anybody? If not, call it.
We have a motion. Okay. Ross?
Yes?
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
R23-255, Mayor Hartwick.
Please.
A resolution certifying the amount of a cleanup lien to be filed with the Pulaski County Tax Collector against certain real property located at 1124 North F Street in the city of North Little Rock.
I'm going to have to, you go ahead and then I'll convene a public hearing. I'm sorry. Please. So move in a second.
Second.
Please hold it. I'll get you to convene a public hearing at this time, if you don't mind. Those wishing to speak for or against this, please come forward and identify yourself, please. Those wishing to speak for or against R23-255. Seeing none, I adjourn this public hearing.
Ross?
Yes?
Hamilton? Oh, he stepped out. Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
R23-256, Mayor Hartwick.
Please call it.
A resolution certifying the amount of a cleanup lien to be filed with the Pulaski County Tax Collector against certain real property located at 1602 West 16th in the city of North Little Rock.
Move for adoption.
There's a motion to adopt, but I have to call a public hearing on this again, so please with that, let me have the call a public hearing. Those wishing to speak for or against R23-256, that's on the property at 1602 West 16th, please come forward. Seeing none, we'll adjourn this public hearing.
Ross?
Yes?
Hamilton? Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
R23-257, Mayor Hartwick.
Please.
A resolution certifying the amount of a cleanup lien to be filed with the Pulaski County Tax Collector against certain real property located at 424 West 23rd Street in the city of North Little Rock.
Move for adoption.
Second?
Motion to adopt second. With that, though, I need to call another public hearing. Those wishing to speak for or against that, please come to the microphone, please. Seeing none, I will adjourn this public hearing, please, if you don't mind.
Ross?
Yes?
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
O2397, Mayor Hartwick.
Come on up. Yes, please call it. Read it.
All right, sir. An ordinance authorizing the issuance of industrial development revenue bonds under the municipalities and counties industrial development revenue bond law for the purpose of securing and developing industry, authorizing the sale of the bonds and the approval of a bond purchase agreement and payment in lieu of taxes agreements in connection therewith, authorizing the execution and delivery of a trust indenture securing the bond, authorizing and prescribing certain matters pertaining to the project, the acquisition, construction, and equipment thereof, and the financing thereof, authorizing the execution and delivery of a lease agreements related to the project, declaring an emergency. First reading.
Move to suspend the readings.
Second.
Motion to suspend, second.
Ross?
Yes?
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
You know the routine. Go ahead.
So this is a project where you incentivized a very significant investment, up to $150 million. This project is operational and it'll be on the tax rolls next year. So the project, you'll start receiving the tax abatement payments as of 2025.
Any questions?
Which one is this one for?
This is Lowe's.
Lowe's.
This is Lowe's, yes.
Yep, the Lowe's project, and it was, you had a public hearing with respect to this project back in last fall.
Yeah.
Have you known about this one for a while? They're operational and ready to go?
There are operational. I was out there, I don't know, before Thanksgiving, so we've got Dollar General that we're about to make operational by about June 30th in that lot, Colleen. And of course, they're open right now. Had a grand opening for them, so. Anybody else? If not, let's go forward.
Just need a motion for adoption?
So move.
Second?
All right. Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
O 2398, Councilmember Ross.
Please call it.
An ordinance rezoning certain property located near AFB Road, or ABF Road, excuse me, on north of I-40 and west of Union Pacific Main Rail Line in the city of North Little Rock, Arkansas, from C3 to I-2 zoning classification by amending ordinance number 9263, declaring an emergency. First reading.
Move to suspend the readings.
Second.
Ross?
Go.
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
Motion for adoption.
Motion adopt. And
Second.
just to clarify everything, this is an expansion on ABF.
Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
O 2399, Councilmember Hamilton.
Please call it.
An ordinance rezoning property located at 1901 North Hills Boulevard in the city of North Little Rock, Arkansas, from conservation to C3 zoning classification by amending ordinance number 9263, declaring an emergency. First reading.
Move to suspend all readings.
Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes. Motion to adopt.
Second.
Ross, please, if you don't mind.
So anything that's going from conservation to, school, whatever, what kind of protection are they also going to be putting in there? What additional things would have to be done? Because as far as conservation, it was put there for a reason.
Mr. Hamilton, anybody?
I believe Mr. Clifton is in the audience.
Mr. Clifton? Identify yourself as usual, please. Address, you know the routine. Did you hear the question, Mr. Clifton? Did you hear it?
Please say it
Sure,
again,
if you could
please.
just identify yourself real quick
I
for the
gotta have you
record.
identify yourself.
For the
please.
record.
Norman Clifton.
Okay, my question is, taking something out of conservation, that's huge because it's been put there for a reason. What will you have to do to, preserve, we have we have drainage issues there, and we've got a lot of noise from the interstate, and I know this is in a highly wooded section there, but what would have to be done as far as the property when you start to develop that for the school? Is there anything additional that you would have to do?
Yes,
Pulling it
ma'am. There are a lot of permits that we have to acquire from the Corps of Engineers before we can ever build on the property, and we're in the process of trying to acquire those now.
Okay, and this would strictly be just for the school, right?
Yes, ma'am. A
Just for
school and hopefully future church building.
Okay, for that whole area then, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, but there would be extensive drainage studies done then, correct?
And say again?
Would there be extensive drainage studies done before you build?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
I mean,
We have had 3 engineering firms that has looked at it. Plus, we got all of the engineering drawings and workings from when the Bass Pro was going on that site as well. But we have everything and it's submitted to the Corps of Engineers now.
okay.
Any more questions?
Is there any way that you could get that to us so that we could have a look? Is there any way that you could get that to us so that we could look at to see what has been done as far as any protection for the area?
How many
I have a huge
boxes, how many
concern with it.
boxes of it do you want?
Just an executive summary would do. I just want to make sure that the neighborhood, they have concerns, anything that comes in there, because they have flooding and drainage issues. All the water from Lakewood Park Hill, everything goes down there. So I just want something to ensure them that they will be protected. Because I know right now that they're questioning it.
If you could, tell me what it is you might need out of it, I can give it to you, but I don't know what specifically item that might specifically say what you're asking.
Is Sean Spencer here?
John is here. Mr. Spencer?
I
think she's asking, can you have your engineer write an executive summary of what's going on? Is that?
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah.
I just something,
Just
something to give to the neighborhood to ensure them that this is not going to cause any additional flooding on their property. I mean, would retention ponds have to be built? What would have to, what would happen? What would need to be done?
I think you work with David
So-
Cook and we'll get something in his office
Okay.
for that, but had you done that, something like
Sean?
that already? I mean, I think David's got the paperwork from the Bass Pro stuff, so, I mean, I think we have copies of everything from back then.
Sean, when the point at North Hills went in, everyone was really concerned, and as they should be, about runoff. You know, if they build a bunch of apartments there, there'd be, not as much absorption, and there'd be a lot more runoff. And then I learned, surprisingly, that when the apartments went in, they had to go, according to the Corps of Engineer, they weren't allowed to increase runoff 0.1%. They had to make all kinds of stuff. Would that be similar here, where you're not allowed to increase runoff away from the property any more than it is right now?
The current design that we're working on is for full detention on the property.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, so a letter from the engineer that said that, I think that we could provide to the Dark Hollow Neighborhood Association would be wonderful.
Allow that.
We'd appreciate that. Thank you very much, Chairman.
Anybody else? Any more questions? Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Clifton. Appreciate you, sir. So where are we?
Motion for adoption?
Motion for adoption.
Yeah,
So move.
second. Got it. Ross?
I'm going to pass.
Okay. Hamilton?
Yes?
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
On the emergency? Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes?
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
23-100. Councilmember Hamilton.
Please call it.
An ordinance granting a special use to allow the continuation of a type 2 short-term rental in an R1 zone for certain real property located at 1208 Skyline Drive in the city of North Little Rock, declaring emergency, first reading.
Move to suspend the readings.
Second.
And I've got someone who wants to speak on that, so when we get there, let me bring him up if you don't mind.
I need to call a vote first.
I know, that's why I said when we get there, I just want to let you
All
know.
right, sir. All right. Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
All right, is Miss,
Move to adopt.
Second.
thank you, please hold for just a sec. Kendall Caps, did I see this right? I'm sorry. Come on up, yeah, I'm sorry. You don't need to?
I didn't know if I needed to sign in or not, so I did. If I don't need to say anything, I don't want to.
You'll hold on if anyone has any questions. We'll just stay right there for a minute.
Let's do it from there then. Stay here and let's go forward. Go. She didn't identify herself, so I'm going to let it keep on going forward.
You got it, sir.
Just stay there.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes?
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
Mayor, I just want to remind you guys, you need to come in and get a business license for your short-term rental. So
as possible.
you can do that.
Thank you.
R23-101, Councilmember Ross?
Please call it.
An ordinance waiving certain sections of Article 7 of the zoning ordinance, ordinance number 9263, for certain real property located at 3900 Valley Court in the city of North Little Rock to allow the waiver of screening and buffering requirements, declaring emergency, first reading.
Move to suspend the readings.
Second?
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes?
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
Motion to adopt?
No, and I've got somebody who wants to speak on it for just a sec. Mr. Best? Yeah, okay. If you got questions, let's go forward then. I think we're okay, Mr. Best.
So why are we doing this? Why do we want to do it?
Mr. Baskin, too.
Come on up now. They're asking you a question. Identify yourself and you know the process.
We're requiring screening from it's going to be a hotel.
Go ahead, sir. Identify yourself.
Charlie Best with my company's Hurricane Valley Incorporated out of Bryant.
I can kind of give you just a little bit of it. And we're requiring screening, we're requiring the hotel to screen for the post office, which, you know, it makes little sense of why we're, you know, the post office is pretty much basically industrial anyway, so we're trying to screen that off. Now, screening for yourself, that's another thing.
Right.
Yeah.
The post office is zoned industrial and this is zoned commercial.
Right.
And,
So they're making it
and it's,
commercial.
we just miss that being a difference in the way the ordinance is is written. If you have a difference, you gotta have a 20-foot buffer, but this is just like two commercial properties just right against one another.
This was-
And we need it for parking.
It seemed like the way that was written, it was originally written for industrial, you know, protecting the commercial, but now they're at the commercial protecting the industrial. So,
Sounds like there's improper zoning on the post office.
yeah, right.
Right.
Yes, sir, Mr. Baxter?
This is similar to what we did out at Bowen. They were one classification, and they wanted to do away with buffering from a heavier use behind them, which is exactly what Mr. Best is doing.
Yeah.
If that's on them, if they want to,
Yeah,
they
and
want to see that heavier, quote-unquote, heavier use next to them, that's fine.
And I talked to planning about that, it's very confusing on that part, and probably needs to be changed sometime.
Anybody else? Thank you, Mr. Best.
Thank you very much.
Where we are, let's go.
Motion for adopt?
Motion to adopt,
Second.
Ross?
yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
R23-102, Councilmember Baxter.
Please call it.
An ordinance rezoning certain property located at 5517 MacArthur Drive in the city of North Little Rock, Arkansas from C3 to R4 zoning classification by amending ordinance number 9263, adopting an amended land use plan for the subject property, declaring emergency, first reading.
Move to suspend all readings.
Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
Motion to adopt?
Motion to adopt, please.
Second.
Second.
Ms. Ross has her hand up.
I'm sorry,
I'm
Ms.
gonna have a
Ross, I
question.
apologize.
No, I actually had some calls on this, and is my understanding there's 7 townhomes? Is that what it is going in there? Because they were wanting to know if it was going to be a large apartment complex, or, and just kind of assure people that it's,
Right, so here's the thing, you know what was there, right? And almost anything will be better than what we had there. So as this is one tract of land, right? It's really not feasible to break it up and make each individual townhome a specific, lot on its own. So the plan is to put 7 townhomes there and have like a kind of little pocket neighborhood right there, right across from the school.
right. And another question makes no difference to me, but they said, will these be rental? That was another question that was asked, and I'm pretty sure that they were.
Yes, that's correct.
So they were already rentals, wasn't they?
Oh, quit.
I mean,
Debating me, dear council member. I refuse to answer that.
All right, where are we?
Ready to roll, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
R23-103, Councilmember Baxter.
Please call it.
An ordinance rezoning certain property located at 6550 MacArthur Drive in the city of North Little Rock, Arkansas from C3 to I1 zoning classification by amending ordinance number 9263, declaring emergency, first reading.
Move to suspend all readings.
Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Harris? A correction. Baxter?
Sir, wait just a second, please. Did you sign up to speak?
Okay, just got through Baxter. Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
Motion for adoption.
Well, hang on just a second.
So
We
moved.
got to call a public
I've
hearing on
got,
this.
I was fixing to say, I don't have to, I got to call a public hearing anyway, that's okay. So let me go ahead. Please, so, hang on just a sec. I got to do a public hearing, and when you do, you come up, speak for or against, okay, sir? And don't speak from the chamber anymore, please. Got it? All right. I'm going to convene this as a public hearing. All people wish to speak for or against this, please come to the microphone. Come up there. Identify yourself like usual, if you don't mind, please, sir.
Yes, sir. My name is Paige Hearn. I have 3 properties there. Actually, I have a house right next to that. I'd just like a little bit more clarification, what we mean by industrial, noise level, that sort of thing. And, oh, my name is Paige, P-A-I-G-E, Hearn, H-E-A-R-N.
Thank you, sir, appreciate that.
Yes,
So
sir.
you're saying to your, go ahead and repeat it again if you don't mind. You-
Yes.
Please.
I want clarification on what's going in there.
Okay,
I have a house right next to that property.
so your house would be where the red square of your house is to the.
Well, actually, I have that house, that building, and then another house behind that. Basically, 60.
Is that your house right there?
I have that house rented out to an elderly nurse, retired nurse,
Okay,
and then I have the building next to it.
right here?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then the house there in the corner is my house. And then.
Going right, see down here, I guess I
Yeah,
can't see
well,
it.
no, you had it right there. Yes, sir.
Okay, got you.
And then on back.
Let me go back.
Not to Columbus Road, I have another house.
So you own the property more or less in this area?
Yes,
correct?
sir.
All right, got you.
And I'm.
So you want a clarification on what they're
Yes,
saying?
because the fire station was plenty noisy, it's convenient. And I know sometimes people have good intentions of what they want to put in, but we also got people that live across the street as well. And I just want to know, is this going to be a high noisy business or what's going to go on? They're going to be open 24 hours or what?
All right, Mr. Baxter?
Sean? First off,
I think the applicant may be here.
That's what I say.
I understand,
But
but I
hang on a
asked for you
second, yes
first.
for Sean, please. I got it, handled everybody, please.
So as we change this to an industrial, give us some examples of what can go there if this goes through. It's light industrial, correct?
Correct, and so our I-1 is more office warehouse, would be the proper description of it. So it will have an office up front and a warehouse, on the side or in the back or something where they can keep their inventory, and then just have the office. I don't think, well, I don't want to speak.
So if I-
they have a specific one in mind yet or not, but that was the typical use of it.
So if I refer to this as quiet industrial, would that be a correct
Right,
summation
yeah.
of the zoning that we're changing it to?
Yes, this would be perfect to go between commercial and heavy industrial, the
Okay,
use right
thank
in
you.
the middle there.
And now the applicant want to come up and, I'm sorry, Mayor.
No, that's
your
all right,
job.
hang on, let's go ahead and take this back to it. So you're hearing what everybody's saying, you're understanding, correct?
Yes, sir, if that's what they're actually going to do.
Well, let's go ahead and go from there. Ms. Ross?
No, I mean, so basically, they're not building, making anything, sawing anything, they're not building, it's.
Is the applicant here? Yes. Please come forward if you don't mind, please. Okay, go ahead.
My name is Kershonda Moore with Innovative Realty, and this is my client, LE Metal Builders Incorporated.
And is your client here?
No. What do I need to?
Well, let's just, Ms. Ross, go
do they
ahead,
do?
please. I think one of the questions I hear is what do you intend to put there? Is it quiet? And that's the main concern of this gentleman here.
Yes, it's gonna be quiet. It's just gonna be used for an office/warehouse, to store small tools, nothing outside, anything like that. Maybe meet with clients if he has to. That's pretty much it. It was pretty straightforward.
It's not going to be a metal yard as well?
No.
He's in the metal business.
No, that's the name of his company, but mostly what he does now pretty much is houses and things like that. He builds around the area.
Questions again? This is a public hearing. Anybody from the council?
Yeah,
Ms.
anyone
Ross?
So you're assuring us there's no building, no sawing, no hammering, nothing? It's
No.
just paperwork,
Yeah.
basically, and storage?
Yeah,
Okay.
like a
She
construction
can't say for
office/warehouse.
Go ahead,
But
Ms.
she can't say 100%. It's just, you're the realtor, right?
Yes, but I've talked to them and asked them this question straightforward because I've been going back and forth with this since August. So I had to get clarity from them exactly what they would be doing, and that was in the proposal that I submitted to you guys to get approved and, in the first place, yeah.
Mr. Spitzer, was he not notified of this at all, or was he?
He was, he showed us the certified letter.
Okay,
Yes, he
you got
was.
it, that's what I'm
I
saying.
have the
I figured so, but I'm trying to think, did you not have a chance to ask any of those questions beforehand, right?
I'll be perfectly honest honest, my mom was put in the hospital with stroke. She's in ICU. So
Okay, my apology. Well, I just know when they usually notify you, you have a chance to go, wait a minute, I want, so again,
Mayor,
that's what I'm
this-
trying to get at.
This did not go before the planning commission.
I understand that, but he got notified, is what I'm saying. Usually when I notify people, they have a chance. Mr. Taylor,
So how did this skip planning?
Mr. Spitzer?
Sean?
What's the question? Is it
Go
for
ahead,
me?
he asked the question, how did this get past planning?
Well, one of the council members sponsored it to go across from skip planning and go to city council.
Oh, okay.
Been done before.
Yes, it has.
Have any more questions, sir?
On the-
So this is, we're in a public hearing here, let's go ahead and keep it short. Any more questions for this lady here?
Well, I'm just concerned that
Go to the microphone.
with them being.
You gotta go to the mic for, you gotta go to the mic for me, because this is all recorded, okay?
Yes, yes, sir. Once again, my name's Paige Hearn. I'm just concerned, I understand about the office building going in, but if you're in construction, you're gonna have light tools and you're gonna have your heavy trucks. You know, one thing leads to another before you know it. That's, you know,
Mr.
it's
Baxter.
something I'm concerned
I'm so-
about.
All right, Mr. Baxter.
I seriously doubt it's gonna be any louder than the excavation that took place for over a year.
You tell me that was
adjacent on the other
loud?
side.
Yes, sir.
So
That's
you're
what
aware-
I don't want again.
Mr. Taylor?
So where's the applicant? Where's the guy that's gonna be running this business? Well, I know that.
I'm pretty sure he's probably working on a job, but most of the construction takes place at the construction site. So they don't build in the, I don't understand why.
Mr.
What do you
Hamilton, then I'll
think
come
they're
back to you,
gonna be
Ms. Robinson. All right, just stay there, you're fine. Mr. Hamilton.
Is construction or excavation allowed in an I-1 zone?
Mr. Spencer? Do you hear the question?
Is construction allowed? That's,
I mean,
yes.
they could create or fabricate the metal sheets
Oh,
there
you're-
in
okay,
an
you're not
I-1?
talking I'm sorry. No, they could not. I thought you talked construction of buildings.
No, 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 I mean-
You're saying manufacturing or?
In
fabrication.
manufacturing, are they allowed to manufacture in an I-1?
They would not be.
So, I mean, one thing will lead to another up to the point that they're no longer able to do. So in an I-1, they're not allowed to manufacture. So I mean,
Mr. Taylor, Ms. Robinson, I'm sorry, I apologize. Ms. Robinson.
Well, I want to protect the people that live there, live in that area. I want to protect them. And the person that can actually speak for this, that knows exactly what he's going to do, he's not here, and he needs to be here. He
Mr.
needs
Baxter.
to be here.
Okay, do you want Ms. Taylor?
I'm sorry, I don't.
And that's fine, that's fine. However.
So we can be clear, so we can have a clear understanding.
However, I come back to the fact that it's I-1, and that limits as to what they can do. They cannot put things together. They cannot take things apart. So I'm fine with this. What is happening here is an individual working out of his house, renovating homes. But you've only got a certain amount of space that you can put your equipment in which to do that. So you purchase this building here, right? You have an office out front so you can interact with clients. And then you store those items that are used to do that renovation in that additional part of the building.
So if, once this is rezoned, and the person decides to do more than, what you're saying, then we can take his business license.
Well, there's an issue there.
Yeah, go ahead.
There is that point too, but however, as it relates to this, right, again, it's I-1. You can only do X, Y, and Z in I-1. If they were putting things together or demolishing things, I-1 would not be the correct zoning classification for that act, job, whatever, performance of those duties, whatever.
What
words you
happens
put in
at
there.
that point, I pick up the phone if it comes to me, sir, and they're doing more, I call Ms. Felicia McHenry, she has code, and we can actually take action at that point. Is that understandable to you?
Yes, sir.
So it has to stay within code, if you understand. So,
Yes, sir.
all right. Ms. Ross?
So going from a C3 to an I1, Sean, does the 20-foot buffer kick in? Do they have to have the buffer, or what's required when you go from a C3 to an I1 is concerning the buffer?
Well, in this case, it's an existing situation, so there's no new buildings or anything that would kick that in.
Okay, but are they required to keep a buffer or anything like that? I mean,
They'd
'cause
they'd
they
be
could build all the
required
way
to
to
keep.
the line of that
it
lady's
to
house.
meet what was done at the time the building was built.
Okay.
So we wouldn't be able to, after the fact, say, you need to plant 5 more trees. If they do in addition to it, then yes, we could kick in something that's proportional to what they're building.
Anything else? If not, I'm about to call this public hearing, okay? Anybody else who wants to speak for or against this on what I'm talking about? Yes, sir, Mr. Taylor?
Just real quick, so how you feeling after all the conversation? Better?
Personally, I think the man who's putting it in needs to say what he's going to do. I mean, that's nice she's here, no problem, but I would feel better if he was here.
It made me
saying what
feel
he's
better
gonna
too.
do.
Hold it.
That's how I feel about it.
Can I have a question?
Yes, ma'am, you're still there. Yeah, go ahead.
So the proposal that was submitted, where they stated the purpose of their business and what exactly they were gonna be doing, does that not give that answer?
We don't have that.
You don't?
It was a part, the city is selling this property. It was the old fire station. And I believe that their proposal was a part of that legislation when you all approved the sale. The sale was contingent upon the buyer, LE Metal Builders, being able to rezone the property. So you all did receive it before, and with the paperwork for the sale contract, where what they indicated to the city council at the time that their intention is to have an office and storage.
But they just don't have it right now because
Okay.
it wasn't filed with this.
Okay.
Mr. Hamilton?
I understand the desire to have the man here, or have the applicant here. But I'm also comfortable with rezoning this to an I-1 based on what can happen in an I-1. Based on Mr. Hearn's concerns, the noise and things like that, I believe the quiet industrial is fine. So I mean, if the man's going to come here and say, I'm only going to do anything that's allowed in an I-1, well, that's all you can do.
Yes, ma'am.
I've been, talking to, of course, Sean and Donna James in planning.
Yes, ma'am.
And she told me that the building beside it is already zoned I-1. So, it's about the same thing
The house?
they'll be doing. No, I think it's
Oh,
on the
Dollar
other
General.
side.
Is that Dollar General?
Hang on, you're looking at, let me get this thing working again, please.
Next to you.
You're talking about this is the building, what are you talking about? This right,
I
that's
think-
your building right there. What, do you want to go this way?
Yeah, I think
Open
that
here?
one over there, yeah.
Okay.
That's Dollar General, isn't it?
That's going to say, that's Dollar General. Let me make this perfectly clear. Everybody has concerns. The applicant is not here, you represent him. Meanwhile, this gentleman here has concerns. I guess my question back to you, sir, and I've got Felicia McHenry here, she runs our code enforcement. If these people don't do what they say, we'll shut them down. Will they get ticketed and everything? So could you be comfortable with that? I'm talking to you, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, if they do everything they said they're going to do, and I have avenues to do something about it, not too much of an issue.
Ms. McHenry, please, for just a second. If we get a call from this gentleman that they're not doing what is allowable in the I-1 zoning, tell me what we can do, please, so everybody will be aware of it. Please, ma'am? And she's giving you a card. Thank you, Felicia. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. Tell them how it works.
Yeah, we get in contact with the property owner, and they are cited if they are in violation of what they can or cannot do.
Ms. Ross?
Okay, thank you, Ms. City Attorney. But looking at this, the little house right next to it's an I-1 already.
So it's improperly zoned.
It's, yeah.
See, the house is an I-1.
I just want to make sure, it's,
Yeah,
the
and
property, we're
big
talking about one piece of property. It's I-1 there. I guess my question to the council and you, sir, they got to do what they say they're going to do. If you're not, you can pick up a phone. She just gave you a card, correct?
Yes, sir.
If you don't, ma'am, you understand if your people that you represent don't do what they say, we can take action. You understand that?
Sir, Mr. Hearn, did you know that most of your property is zoned I-1?
I already know what the noise level and everything is.
The
Yeah.
little house and the big one there.
That little,
Correct, they did the mining and the house out there, it's very loud out that way.
It didn't matter what his property is
Right.
on.
As-
I
We're
know,
talking
but
about
I'm
one piece
saying
of
that
property.
It's an I-1, so anybody could go in and, wait, it doesn't matter.
Where are we, Mr. Baxter? Anybody else? If not, I'm going to convene this public hearing if everybody's okay with it.
I'm okay if he's okay.
He says he's okay. Is that my understanding?
They give me the number and the card to call if there's an issue, that's what I'll do.
Okay, we appreciate it. Anybody else? Anybody else wish to speak for or against this on what I'm talking about, 023-103, please come forward. If not, I'm about to adjourn this public hearing. This public hearing is adjourned. Where are we now?
Motion for adoption?
Second.
There's a motion and a second.
Ross?
Yes?
Hamilton?
yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
That concludes new business, sir.
Ms. Whitby, yes. I'd rather have Mr. Baxter, yes, sir.
So just as a point of note here is now that we've passed this, you need to ensure that your client goes down and sees Ms. Whitby and gets squared away with the business license. Thank you.
We currently are not showing his license as current, so we need to get that resolved. Okay.
By the way, you've got a good neighbor here, looks like. He's going to watch out for you, so y'all work together, okay? Anybody
Hearn.
else?
Mr. Hearn,
Mr. Hearn?
I want to say thanks for coming down.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
Have a
it.
good day.
Thank you. Mr. Hearn, I apologize. I just can't have people calling from.
I was just saying, I apologize for interrupting.
I appreciate
It's
you.
my problem.
Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to all of you. May I go ahead and announce, first off, we have a Christmas parade coming up this Sunday down Main Street, so be aware of that. Meanwhile, I want to remind everybody again that the Christmas, we're going to be adjourned. Help me with this, Diane. 25th is a Monday, correct?
Observe Christmas Eve, which is Sunday, on Monday. Christmas Day is Monday, so we will observe it on Tuesday. Therefore, the council meeting has been moved to Wednesday, the 27th at 5 p.m.
At 5 o'clock. Everybody got it? Don't look at me like that.
And you guys agreed to that at the last meeting.
All right, anybody else from comment from the council? Thank y'all tonight. I will listen. Ms. Ross, I'm sorry.
No, I want to talk about something. You know, we've got all these short-term rentals coming through, and they're doing the right thing, the ones that are coming in, but we still have some illegal ones out there. Saturday night, in a small Lakewood neighborhood, at 11 o'clock, we've got an illegal short-term rental that's got 18 cars there, and more cars keep showing up. The police
Meanwhile,
had to
Beth,
send out
excuse me to interrupt, Beth White County, she said county, I called her today, she said 24.
24 cars.
Yeah.
We had the police have to come out, they were all over the neighborhood. And so, I know people think that I'm against short-term rentals, I'm against these illegal short-term rentals. I did call Airbnb that night, because the illegals, we don't know who to call. All we can do is call the police. And so, this is one of the things, and I talked to Ms. Whitby today, is can we start a list? You know, we get a list of business license of who got their business license, and we get a list of the mobile food trucks. Can we get a list of the current short-term rentals with a contact? So if I get a call at 11 o'clock at night, 11:30 on a Saturday night, I will be calling that owner, rather than calling the police and having to take away our city resources.
We'll
for
get
these
you there. I'll
businesses.
get all the council members' information. I think we have like 24.
3825.
Okay, so we're running some, but I'll get all of y'all where their addresses are and everything. So, by the way, I see people in the audience tonight. I see some people that were on the budget. We've passed it. If there's any questions on the budget, Ms. Ember's here, but we passed it. And I think most of you had a phone call. I cannot say enough about all you people who do what you do in our city. So I'm looking at both of you there, but there's been so many. Aaron, I see you back there. The council went over it. So you know, here's how we do it. I think the word I got today, our budget is a moving animal. So it can change as the year goes on. But meanwhile, I appreciate all of y'all that have come forward. Thanks for what you do. Understand that this council went over almost every department. I've had calls from several people on this to adjust it. But thank you, we'll work with you. We do not want to let anything go, but it's in a part right now. Here's how it works. I, as a city mayor, and these people as council members, has to take the lowest what we project that we'll get in assets and try to match it what we're trying to do. Meanwhile, this can change, as I say, it's a moving animal. So thank y'all for being here. I can't do it without you, but appreciate and hope you understand what the council and I have done, okay? Anything else from anybody?
So moved.
Motion.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson? Yes. Baxter?
Very good
Mr.
job,
Locko?
guys.
Yes.
Good job.
Height?
Good job. Thank y'all.